Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to AK Academy. It's Ahmed Muzaffar here with you. Sorry for being late, but we always try to wait just a little bit until we see some viewers that get notified about the session. So welcome back again, and thanks for joining. Right now we have about 5 viewers, which is somehow a good number to get started with, and they are going to increase a little bit after that, hopefully. So again, thanks for joining, and today we are somehow in the last parts and the last steps of developing the API and getting ready to deploy it into the server and then move to the client-side part, which is it's going to be totally separated from this one, and also very, very interesting with Blazor and .NET 5. So until the moment, we have implemented a lot of nice and cool things like the videos, the playlists, and the authentication part. Everything is, we have written the code very well with a somehow clean architecture. We have followed some patterns like repository pattern, the services, everything is abstraction, and all the layers like depend on abstractions from the previous one. So I think we are very good to go right now to complete what's left, which is basically the comments. So now I'm going to share the screen. Okay, so I'll choose this one. Okay. So this is great. Now, if you look at this, here we have, if you go to the models, and we have this comment here. So if you look at this comment, you will see that this comment is a user record. So this means it has created by user and this stuff. And here we have the content, the likes, replies, and the video. And here is the parent comment. So this means there is a video. The video has a set of comments, and each comment could have multiple comments as a replies. So this means the comments as recursive. And basically following this approach, this means also the replies can have replies, but we will make it enough only for 1 level or 2 levels, which is like almost all the social networks following this. Like you have a comment and then you have a reply, and that's it. But before we proceed with anything, we have forgot a very important property, which is the date of this comment. Or I think, yeah, we can depend on the creation date. There is no need to have a property called creation date. So before we get started with this, let's first go ahead and create the DTO of this comment in the shared project. So here, I will click add new item. It's going to be a class, and I will call it comment detail or comment DTO or whatever. You can call it whatever you want. So let's make it public. And this one will have a public string ID. It will have the content. You will have here the date time, comment date, string, the username, who's the user that has written this comment, and you'll have basically an enumerable of type comment detail as well. We'll call this the replies, and we will have the video ID. Another property we'll have, which is called public string comment or parent comment ID. So this is just in case, just in case this is a reply. So when we post the comment, we make this required. So right now, let's implement some validation to be presented server side and the client side as well. This is the content, and it's going to be a string length of 5,000. So just like this, and the username and all the stuff. This is basically when the user will post a new comment, the only field that he's going to fill is just the content, and maybe the parent comment, it just in case, and also, yeah, the video ID. The parent comment ID, just in case this one is a reply for a specific video. So this is basically the DTO. It's pretty simple. And right now, let's go ahead and create the mapping from a comment object, comment business object into this DTO. So in the previous session, we have seen how we, in the mappers here, or sorry, in the profiles, we have seen how we have used AutoMapper to map the video into video detail. And right now for the comments, because as I've said in previous videos, I don't like to use AutoMapper, especially when it comes to some complicated objects, because setting up the mapping is going to take time much more than using the extension methods, let's say the extension methods way. So what I'm going to do is use it again for the comments. So I will create a new mapper here. I will call it comments mapper. And that's great. So now here I will put a public class comments mapper. And what I'm going to do is basically set public string, public comment detail. We have to set this one as static because we are defining an extension method. I'll call it to comment detail. And here we should pass the comment. This comment, the comment that we want to translate. And what we are going to pass as well is the username. Because the comment here, if you go to the user record, oh yeah, we can bring it from here. So sorry for that, we already have it. Okay, so this is great. Right now, we can just say, okay, return a new comment detail. And what you have to do is comment date equals comment dot creation date, content equals comment dot content. And for the parent comment ID, parent comment ID, you'll have as well the ID. And you will fill the username equals comment dot user created by user dot first name and comment dot created by user dot last name. Just like this. This is the username for the one who commented, and for the video ID, comment dot video ID. For the replies, again, we are going to call this function again for every comment. So you'll type comment dot replies in case there is any dot select, should import system.link, c dot to comment details. So somehow it's a recursive, as I've said before, and the comment we want is just like this. And those are the properties that I want to fill. So the method, just like that. So right now we have this function that's going to translate any comment object from the database into a comment detail. And basically that's great. It's pretty simple. And I think this approach is somehow easier than AutoMapper, because especially when you have something like these cases, AutoMapper is going to take time to implement, while this one is just basically a straightforward process. So that's great. I'm going to click Save here. And what we have to do is basically to go to the repositories and create the comments repository. As I've done for everything before, I think playlists and videos are going to do the same here. So I comments repository. Okay, I'll make interface. Great. Now let's go and copy some stuff from other places to save some time, because this code is repeatable somehow. Okay, cool. So if you go to this, like, let's copy it. Okay, and for this one, great. So we have comment. We don't need get all, but we need get all for video. And here we pass the video ID. Get by ID async, yeah, it's required, but it's going to be a comment. This one, it's going to be a comment. So this is basically the services. I don't think we need get by ID because all the time we're going to retrieve all the comments. So you can see in such a situation why it's important to not having one generic repository, because in this case, we will have to have or to implement get all, and we have to implement get by get one. And basically in this case, I don't think we need them, because for the comment, create, remove, and get all, but for only one video, this is what we need. So why to implement some like useless function that basically we won't need? So let's create the implementation for those functions here. I'll have comments, repository, implement that. That's great. I'm going to click here. Okay, that's fine. I think we can move this one to another place. Great. Let's go ahead and open up comments repository. Okay, and I'll go back to the playlist repository. Where is that? Okay, great. So let's copy those as well. Oh yeah, they are already here. So let me just. Okay, great. So I have injected the DB context right now. So let's go ahead and add comment await db dot comments dot add async. This comment and get all for videos. This is pretty simple. db dot videos dot comments dot where. Okay, we need to add system dot link t dot video id to the past video id. Sorry, this is of type comment. That's great. But while we are retrieving the comment, what we want to retrieve as well, we have to call the include function. So we will retrieve basically c dot created by user. We want to retrieve the user. So we have the user, the first name and the last name property. And let me make them like this. We want to retrieve is also c dot replies. While I'm retrieving the replies, I will call then include reply dot created by user. So this means when we retrieve any of the comments, retrieve the created by user and the replies, and for each reply also retrieve the created by user. So, and here filter them by the video. So in this case, this function will going to return all the comments for a specific video, and this remove is pretty easy. So all I have to do is just comments dot remove and pass the comment. So that's it. Let's go for this one by clicking F12 and change this to make it just basically like that. So this is the repository. It's pretty simple. If you have any question about that before we move to the services. So let's see. Here we have Curious Drive. Hi, hello. I think, yeah, Curious Drive also has a very cool Blazor channel and dotNET. So, hey man, I'm glad that I'm seeing you here. Thanks for joining. So, I had recommend checking his channel, and anyway, I think he's famous enough. So I'm sure if you search for something about Blazor, of course, you will find his channel somewhere. So again, thanks for watching. I'm happy for that. So right now, let's move to the other part, which is basically the services. But before we do that, let's go ahead and add the comments repository to the unit of work. So I'll copy this, and I have comments repository comments. So let me click like that, and I'll go for this one. Let's copy this, add that, comments. Okay, that's pretty easy. This one is going to be comments repository. Okay. Yeah, we forgot this very important thing, which is the type of property. So right now we have the equivalent to the DB set, but in our own unit of work, what we can do is we can move easily right now to the services and start implementing the comment service. So I will go ahead, add new class, and basically it's going to be an interface. My comments service, okay, public, and you'll have the implementation here, public class. Okay, cool. So the function that's going to be available is task operation response, which is the wrapper of the response we want, and we will retrieve back comment detail. We call this create async, and it's going to take comment detail as an argument. So I'll call it model, and you'll have edit async if you want to edit that comment, if the user wants to edit. You'll have update or remove, sorry. And here we'll send only the comment ID. And the last process we have is basically enumerable, or not enumerable, records collection response of type comment detail. So collection response of type comment detail. But because of the comment that they are not going to be, basically, we are not going to implement paging with the comments. So what we can do is basically we can retrieve enumerable, just like that, and get video comments. We will pass here the string video ID. So this is the comment service with all the functions that we want to implement for the service. So let's go ahead and implement this interface. That's great. Now let's inject the iUnit of work. Private read only iUnit of work. Control dot unit of work. And we need as well identity options. So we know who is writing this comment and this stuff. Identity, unit of work. That. Identity options. Identity, and here okay, cool. So we have injected that and created the full service from, I've implemented the functions right now. Let's implement the logic of those functions. So this is a create async. What is going to do, first it will check if this comment detail has a parent comment ID, which means it's trying to create a reply instead of creating a reply instead of a comment. So what we need to do is to check if this reply is really available, or the parent comment is available, or it's just a somehow fake request. So we can say here if string is null or white space. If it's not null or white space, then our parent comment, let me put it here. Comment equals null. Here we'll say parent comment equals await unit of work dot comments dot get by ID. Or oh yeah, here where we need to get comment by ID. Oh, sorry for that. I removed it from the comments repository, and now we need it. I don't know why I've removed it, but yeah, let's add it again. So public async task of type comment get by ID async ID return await db dot comments find async comment ID. And yeah, let's take this, and I'm going first add that here. Let's take that. Okay. Save. So this is great. I will do this as model with parent ID. And what I will do here is just make a check. If parent comment equals null, then return a new operation response of type comment detail if success equals false, and the message is in comment cannot be found. Okay, so this validation is important. And right now we can add that comment. So what I'm going to do is to type var new comment equals a new comment. The ID is automatically there. So model.content, if Alex by default is going to be 0, and created, we don't need to set created by user because they are already being set. Now let's set the parent comment. Going to be for this value, it's either null or something. And here, what we need is to bring the video as well, which is another important step we forgot to do. So I'll type here video, or video equal to weight model unit of work, sorry, dot videos dot get by ID model dot video ID. And again, if the video is null, those validations are pretty important. Try not to ignore them. Okay. Video cannot be found. So check for the parent comment. Comment is reply. And here, check for the video. That's great. So this is the new comment for the video. It's going to be equal for that video. And the ID is auto-populated. The modification date and modified by user, and this stuff is also set by the application DB context when you call the save changes async. So right now, this one is done. Let's call unit of work dot comments dot add or create We'll pass the new comment here. And what we are going to do is to call the unit of work .comment changes async to call the save changes, and we are going to pass the ID who is performing the ID of the user who is performing this operation, just like that. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to read, easy to implement, and at the end we can return if success equals true, message comment submitted successfully, and the data is the same model submitted by the user, but we need to make some modification for it here. We will set its ID to the new comment.id. So the same data submitted by the user, we're going back to the client, but with the ID. So the service of the create has been implemented. Let's go right now to the controllers and controllers. I think there is no need to, or yeah, we can create a new one instead of putting them in the videos controller. We can do that basically because the comments are very related to the videos. So we can say comments controller. This is great. Go ahead and inject this one, comments, and comments service. Cool. Up and sorry. Great. And here we'll type comment service. So we have injected the service here. What we can do is, I think, yeah, I choose MVC controller instead of API controller. So what I have to do is to make it route. We need to add API controller here. Okay. So it's API / the name of the controller, like this. Let's get rid of that, and I will go to the video, and we can take this create endpoint. So it's going to be just exactly the same, but it's not going to be from form. Well, it's going to be from body. By default, you can take it from body and comment detail. Like that. This one is comment service. So result comment service that create async. Then we check the success. If it's true, then okay, return 200 to the client, the status code 200, and return the object that we have created, the comment operation response that had the success, the message, and the comment detail submitted by the user with the new ID. Other than that, return bad request. So let's try to run this and try to submit a new comment from the postman. And meanwhile, if you have any questions about what we have implemented at the moment, you can submit them in the comment section. Okay, great. So in this tab, we have the one to create a new video. I don't care about this. Let's go ahead and create a new tab. I will copy the URL of the API. Okay, we need to make it full screen because we have a lot of endpoints, comments. It's going to be post, and we should go to authorization. Let's bring the authorization from here. I haven't set it to authorized, but I'll do that right now or after we finish all the endpoints. Okay, do it like this. And let's go to the body row JSON, and let's set some properties like the video ID. Okay, let's go ahead and retrieve all the videos. Okay, great. So I'm going to add a comment for developing full app from A to Z. So I'll take the ID of the video, post it here. For the content, thanks for sharing. This is an awesome video. Some positive comment. Yeah, and let's go to the comment detail. So we have the content. The comment date is going to be set automatically, and the username will be, yeah, for the creation, you just need the content and video ID and the parent ID in case if it's a reply. So can remove that. Let's set a breakpoint in the iComment service. I will set a breakpoint here, and let's see if everything will go fine. It should go fine because, okay, let's click send. And we got 404. Oh yeah, because it's /create. Let's click send again. And enable to reserve. Oh, sorry for that. We forgot to register the iComment service in the dependency injection container. So there is basically a technique that we can use the attributes to auto-register our services instead of every time going to the startup.cs and register our service. What we can do is use the attributes. I'm going to go over that when we clean up the startup and put them in extension methods. We are going to use the attributes to basically auto-register our services instead of every time create a service and go back and register it. Okay, comment service. Right now, let's try again. Okay, let's open Postman and click send again. So here the endpoint or the breakpoint has been had. Let's see the model, what we have. So great, we have thanks for sharing. We have the video ID. That's nice. Let's see. Okay, it's not a reply, so there's not going to pass through the check. Now to try to get the video by ID. So great, it's not null. This is nice. Now create the comment. Okay, cool. Add the comment to the database and commit the changes. Okay, great. Right now, set the ID for the model and return the result back. So let's see what we have. And here we go. We have the ID. We have a new comment created. And oh, here we have an error. So yeah, I think we need to set this value as well. But yeah, if we go to the database, open the new query here, we call select from comments. Okay, great. It's going to be just like this. So look at that. Here we have our comment, and that's great. Right now, let's try to submit a reply for this comment. So we are going to take exactly the same data, but I'll take the ID. What I will do here is set the property parent comment ID to this one, and let's hit send. Okay, as you can see right now, it will try to get into this. I'll forget about that. Let's click continue. And here we go. Right now, a new reply has been submitted, and you will see how they will look like when you retrieve back all the comments. So I'm not going to create an endpoint to get all the comments. Basically, what I'm going to do is for the video detail, when we retrieve a video, I'm going to retrieve all the comments related for that video with it. So let's move this to another folder or to another file. Okay, so to keep it clean, click save. And right now, I will go back to the shared project. Okay, let's go to the shared. Okay, this is the video detail. That's nice. So each video, here at the end, we will set public, enumerable comment detail. I'll call this comments. So when we retrieve a single video, this one will be populated. And right now, let's go to the video service. Okay, video service, services, iVideo service, and what should I do is add an endpoint that will return one object, video detail, get video details, async, should pass string video ID. So because with get all the videos, we are not going to get the comments for all the videos because that's going to make the response very huge, while what we are going to do after the user clicks on single video, we are just going to return this one. So let's create this implementation for this function. Click implement, and here we go. This is our new function. So let's make it async. I'm gonna retrieve that video. Create unit of work .videos.get by ID. Great. Now let's check if the video is null. Return success equals false and message video cannot be found. Okay, this is a message. Now, in case it has been found, what we should do is using the auto mapper or video detail equals mapper dot map video detail, and we pass the video. So this is great. Now the video has been this video has been mapped into video detail or the data transfer object of the video. Right now, what we do here is get all the comments of the video. So how we do that? Simply, we can say video detail dot comments. Now, to get all the comments translated, what we can do is we can inject the comment service into the video service. So let's do that very quickly. Comment service. Comments. Okay, just like this. So that's pretty simple. Now in this function dot comments, what can I say is comment service dot get video comments, and we pass the video ID, and that's it. Look at that. It's pretty simple. And what we can do is return operation response success equals true, and data equals the video detail, message equals video retrieved successfully. So look at that. Here we have get single video, just working fine. Let's go to the video controller and add that endpoint to see how the comments will look like in the response. So video controller, so we have get all. Let me copy it. And here I can say just /ID. We don't need all of this. We need just ID. So var result video service get video detail async waitable async task that, and right now let's pass the ID. You will check if the result is success, then we can return like not found or 404. Sorry, if it is not success. Because in the implementation of this function, as you can see, it only returns false just in case the video cannot be found. So better than returning bad request, you can return just simply not found, which makes sense more than that one. So this is great. Let's go ahead and test this function and see how it works. Okay, I'll go for that one. Then I have get all the videos. I will duplicate that, and I will just remove all of this. And let me take the video ID from here. I'm going to slash this one. So that's it. It's a get function. Let's click send. And we got an internal server error. The method or operation is not implemented. In the get video comments, okay, let's see. Not implemented exception. Oh, okay. If you go to the comment service, oh, look at that. We haven't implemented this one. Oh, sorry for this. So comments equals unit of fork dot comments get all for video. Let's add the video ID. And right now, what we should do is just basically return the comments dot select. Call this to array to execute the SQL query. And which comment? I'll say to comment detail. Let's add the namespace that contains our extension method. Okay, right now it's going to return the comment as a comment detail for all our objects. So let's try that. Okay, cool. So let me go for this one. Just click send again. And here we go. So let's see the video. Those are all the data that you have already seen before. But for the comments, this is what we want to see. So if you look at that, we have this comment. Okay, yeah, we need to make some manipulation. Okay. Yeah. For the first layer, we just need to retrieve only the parent comments, and we need to retrieve the replies for each one. So if you forget about the first one, you see that this comment, thanks for sharing, by John Smith, has also another reply by John Smith that, thanks for sharing, this is an awesome video. So I think there is, yeah, we just need to do something here within this function, get all videos. So what this one is going to do is basically retrieve, yeah, so we have to say where video ID is equals to video, and t.parent comment ID equals to null. So in this case, it's going to retrieve for the comments just the one without parent, and the replies contains the one with parent. So let's see the result right now, how it's gonna look like. And this is it. You see, that was pretty simple. So for the comments, right now it retrieves the comment, and for each reply, it goes through it and doing like this. So let's try to add another reply for the same comment, but let's change the content. Thanks for your feedback. The same video for the same parent comment, and what can I do is click send. Great. Let's get this again. So as you can see, the same comment right now has 2 replies, and it's just working very fine. So this is great. Right now we have implemented the create, we have implemented the get all the comments with getting all the video details. What we still have to do is just to simply implement the remove and the edit. So let's do that very quick, because they are very simple functions. Okay, I should keep this one. Okay, just like that. So this is great. Right now for edit, as you know, edit, we just bring the comment, bar comment equals the weight, unit of work dot comments, get by ID, model dot ID. If the comment is null, then just return equals false and message equals comment not found, like that. So this is great. Let's right now set the data for the comments, which is basically the user can only edit the content and nothing else. So we'll say model.content, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Let's go comment changes or async, and identity.user ID, who's the one who's performing this process, and just return this one as it is. Success equals true, data equals the same data passed from the user, and the message equals to comment edited, has been edited successfully. So that's it. Look at that. It's pretty simple. Just bring the comment, set the content, and save it. Other properties, they cannot be edited. Of course, the user cannot like move the comment from, move the reply, for example, from one comment to another. So that's it. Let's go ahead and create an endpoint for that. So I will copy this and let's say HTTP put be edit this one as well, and we change the function from create to edit async. So look how simple it is. Once you have implemented the base infrastructure and all the steps, you just call a few lines of code and you copy most of them. So there we go. So this is the post. Let's try to use edit. And let's make it put. And what I want to change is basically, as you can see, I have submitted a reply with the same for the comment. So I will change this one. I'll take the ID. Put, okay. Let's forget about those for now. Only the ID of the comment. Okay, great. So I'll make it. Thanks a lot for that nice comment. Okay, cool. Let's try to hit send. Let's see if the comment will be edited. And we simply get one or more validation errors occurred. And basically, the video ID field is required. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because we set the video ID to be required. So I think we should remove that validation from it. So, but for now, let's keep it and try. Okay, I'll keep it just like this because it's not being used in the edit. Let's try to send. Okay, great. The comment has been edited successfully. Let's get the video details again. Scroll down. This is the comment. And yeah, the content has been edited. So this is very great. What you have to do is to just go to this one, and we should remove this attribute from here, and that's it. I think it's not required because it's required in create, but not required in edit. So to do that, here we have to say, we need to make a manual check here. If string dot is null or white space model dot video ID, turn a new access equals volts and message video is required. So this is a manual check in case it's null, because as you have seen in the edit, it's not used. So we have implemented the create, we have implemented the edit, and we have implemented the get all with the video details. The last simple function we have is just to implement remove. And this one is pretty easy. Let's do it very quick. So again, we should get the video. Sorry, not get all, get the comment. This. And what we have to do is to check if this comment has any, let's say, replies. So we can do that in the repository. So remove, and we can add the comment. And we can say unit of fork, comment changes, identity.user ID, and return new operation response data equals to comment dot to comment detail. We have success equals true. We have message equals to comment deleted successfully. So this is great, and all they have to do, okay, that's it. It's a bit simple. Right now we have to click F12 and F12 here. So while removing the comment, before we do that, we have to check for something. If comment dot replies is not null, and comment dot replies dot any, which means if the comment has any replies, so in this case we need to go ahead and just remove them. So I will type comments dot remove range comment dot replies. We have to do this. Let's make this one small letter. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and create the endpoint for that. Delete or remove. ID. String ID of the comment as delete or remove. Sometimes I call it edit or delete. Sometimes I call it remove. Sorry for that. So this is the endpoint. It takes the ID as the string, and this is the route, like slash API slash comment slash delete slash the ID. And we just call this function. So let's go ahead and try that. So here we have a question. Hello, Ahmed. Hello, Stefan. And the question is, do you have any estimation when next video will be published in Tickets Basket course? Oh, yeah, this is a very good question, because I'm getting a lot of questions about this, because Tickets Basket course is long, and what I've decided recently, since I getting a lot of things to do, is to register the biggest amount of videos I can. I have registered like about more than 12 video, and I will start publish them very, very soon. I have decided to make them 20, but I think it's a good idea to get started with them, like try to publish them one by one. But I'm trying to find some time, like to at least finish the full API and publish them at once. So in this case, the viewers or you just don't wait for other videos. This is my plan, but I'm gonna check right now if I have any time to basically go ahead and do at least another 8 videos. So I will do them. If not, then I will schedule the videos I have registered until now and start publishing them online. But there is right now about 12 videos that covers a lot of cool things. I will see today when the schedule, and maybe I will tweet about that on my Twitter account. But thanks for asking and for interest in the Tickets Basket course. So before we go back to the Tickets Basket and talk a little bit, let's try to make sure that the delete of the comments is working. Let's duplicate this and let's make it slash with comments. So I will try first to remove the first reply. Okay. Click send. Okay, we got 404, which is why that. Let's have a look here. Yeah, API comments. Okay, let's click send. Oh, that's interesting. We have API. Let me try to do this. ID equals. Okay. So comments slash delete. Yeah, let's have a look here. Oh, sorry for that. I've left it HTTP put because I copied it from the previous one. So let me do that again. Okay. Okay, we got object reference not set to an instance of object. Like which one? Creation date, parent comment, created by. And yeah, basically this makes sense. This one gonna be null, and the reason why, because in the repository we do this for getting all the videos, and we do this again for getting one comment, sorry, not videos, comments. And I can use single or default async comment.id equals equal to comment ID. We have to retrieve the created by user and the replies as well, so we are able to fetch the rest of the data. Now, so let's click send again. And we got comment not found. And yeah, basically because in the previous call, it removed the video, but it wasn't able to retrieve the response. But the video has been, the comment has been removed. Let's try to see. Yeah, that's right. You see there were 2 replies, and right now they are only 1. Let's try right now to remove the parent comment and see how it's going to work. So I'll put that here. Click send. There we go. This comment and its replies has been removed. If we click send, okay, no more comments in this video. So I think that was very interesting, and it took us exactly 60 minutes. We have started at 7:35, and right now we are 8:35. We have implemented that somehow quickly. I'm curious, like, if you have any question about this or anything unclear about what I have implemented. Okay, we have a question, but from Alex. Hi, Alex. How would you implement multi-language? Yeah, implementing multi-language is that's a very good question. There is like two aspects for implementing multi-languages. Basically, if you want to implement that client side only, so that's going to be very easy. We are going to do that in the Blazor course. We can do this in the client side. You can use the library AK multi-languages. You can find it here. It is, if you go to this one, yeah, this is the URL, and you can find all the details here of how to implement that in Blazor. It's very, very easy to use. And there is also a tool that helps you to translate your content. All you have to do is to install this package. And this one for Blazor, this one has been released in the latest update. So to help you track all the changes when you change the language, there is no need to make refresh or something. This library will take care of managing the state of all the components that are basically localized. Create your languages, and here in the startup.cs or program.cs in your Blazor app, just call this line of code to inject the languages container. And from your components, all you have to do is add using for those in the import.tracer. We will see in details how we are going to do that for like English, German, Russian, and Spanish as well, maybe French, because translating is very easy in this tool. And this is how you do that in HTML. And for managing the state, so when you click change the language, all the components that will have to be changed, you need, and for each component, the uninitialized, you have to call init localized component, and that's it. So we have another question. Did you have get into this error? I was following the course with minor modifications, and I was checking create video API, got into this error. Yeah, if you could please share this error, I'll be happy to help. Let's see. Okay. Blazor WebAssembly, debugging hotkeys Shift-Alt-D when application has focus. Failed to find the valid digits in the integrity attribute for resource. Okay, that's an interesting error. I don't think I have passed with this before. Trying to verify integrity. Like, could you explain where did you basically get this error? Like, when you are making the call to the videos API from your Blazor app, this is what you mean, or when, basically? Okay, when starting the project, that looks very interesting, I think. Okay. And if this error happens with you, like recently or from the beginning when you created your project? Do you get my point? I mean, like, you get this error when you from the beginning, or just when you do some modification in the API and you basically get this one? Okay. Okay. Could you like please, for example, upload your code on GitHub and share the link in the comment section, or maybe you can share it with me on my Twitter account at ahmedmuzaffar99, so I can run it on my machine and see if it's going to work, or it's going to be easier for me to investigate this issue. Okay, great. So okay, cool. So thanks guys for joining for this session. I hope you enjoyed it. I think there is some interesting stuff what out there, and from the comments to the videos to the playlists. This is that was a very full example of developing the API from scratch until reaching this point. So yeah, here we have another question. Try to remove the /bin and the /object folder, then recompile your code. Okay, great. Here we have a response for your question, Stefan, for your error. Before checking that, you can try the advice of Med, and let's see if you get that solved. If not, you can, as I've told you, just push your code to the GitHub and share the link here. So this is great. Thank you so much for joining. I think the API will be done next video. We will in the next session we will just do some functions like add to playlist, remove the video from a playlist, and I think they are going to be just like that. And then we will publish the API to an free hosting at the beginning, not Azure. And then after that, what we will do is we will start from the Blazor side, the client side. So I hope you enjoyed it until the moment, and I will see you in the upcoming Saturday to finalize what we have been working on from the previous month. So thank you so much for watching again, and hope you enjoyed it, and let's see you in the next video. Bye-bye.